All right, in this video, we'll look at how we can create an array from a string. Okay, so we have some string data. What we can do with that string data is use the split method. Okay, so the split method will take in an argument that is used to separate the string. So in this example here, we've got a string here, right? And I'm going to take this string and go dot split, and I give it the comma, and it's going to use that comma as the separator. So it splits this string wherever there's a comma, and what's before the comma or between the commas will become the array elements. Okay, so here I've got a string where I've got a bunch of semicolons separating these numbers. So if I take that string and split it according to the semicolon, then it'll split it up into an array where the semicolons will break up the array elements. Okay, if you do an empty space like this, it'll split the space key, right? That's a space. It'll split it up by whatever words you have. And if you do the empty string, it'll split it into characters, right? So this I love arrays, each character, I space L-O-V, right? I space L-O-V. Okay, so one cool application of this is, let's say you want a whole bunch of values from the user. Instead of having a bunch of different input elements, they could just list, say, their favorite colors separated by commas, and then you can get all their favorite colors and store them in an array after we split them up. So let's see what it looks like. I've just added the event listener. We get the input string here. So what we're going to do now is create a variable called colors, and it'll be the input string, right? So whatever the user types in, you just go dot split like so. And in here, we want to separate by commas. And we can do whatever we want, but the instructions were commas, and that's pretty common. Okay, once that's done, let's just check it. We'll do a console.log of colors and see what that looks like. Okay, so dot split, take in the string, right? The value of the input element will be a string. We split that string by commas, and it should become an array. And let's call this the colors array, just to make it really clear that we had the string, which became an array. All right, let's try that. So we go here, and I'm going to list some colors: orange, oops, no spaces, purple, blue, brown, white, gray, pink, whatever you want, orchid, or I don't know, lavender, sure. Anyway, we hit the button, and then ta-da! Right, we've got our array: orange, purple, blue, brown, white, gray, pink, lavender. Awesome. Okay, so this is a nice way to get input from the user, split it by whatever token you want. I had mentioned if I had a space in here, when I hit submit, you should notice in the new one that there'll be a space there, right? Because it splits by the comma, and that space will still be preserved. So yeah, that's just something to be aware of. Okay, so that's the split. Now the join method, this doesn't create an array, but I just thought I'd mention it. The join method can be used to turn an array back into a string. So if you have an array, you can say, hey, I'd like to take this array, join all the elements with spaces, and it'll join them together into a single string with spaces as a separator, or hyphens, or whatever separator you want. Okay, so it's basically the reverse of split. Right? Take your split takes a string and splits it into an array. Join takes an array and joins it into a string. And we just provide whatever separator we want to use. Okay, that's it for creating an array from a string. Hope that made sense. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.